Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. How you doing, Timsters? This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. First of all, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and the support. And thank you for all the positive energy. Thank you for allowing this channel to hit 5K subscribers. That happened because of you. This is not just a channel. This is a community of collectors talking about things, dealing with collecting. Fam, Funko Pops. Damn, I know you all heard the news. They're not doing so good. They're about to dump $30 million worth of Funko Pops in a landfill. Their warehouses are packed with Funko Pops. They've been packed for so long that they had to get storage containers to hold them. And because of the storage containers costing, the Funko Pops inside of them are relatively worthless in their eyes, in their opinion, because they overmade Funko Pops and, they thought the fad would continue because in the pandemic, people were buying Funko Pops like crazy because, the kid adults in us, we went to nostalgia because Funko Pop has some licenses that works with a lot of childhood, cartoons and things that we done during childhood, like movies and everything like that. And we were buying them up. But once the pandemic ended, so did they hold on the toy market. Fam, Funko Pops held a big chunk of the toy market, the collectible markets. Funko Pops is a beast. But as we all know, Funko Pop was a fad. It's not was, it is a fad, basically. A lot of the characters are based on fads. And Funko Pop will go and, the new trend, they will make a character for that new trend. So, yeah, issues happened. Issues arose. Last year, last year, fourth quarter, they reported a loss of $47 million. Damn, fam. And they talking about releasing 10% of the workforce. Damn. You lost 47 million. The year before, you made like 17 millions of what? They said profit. Fam, the thing is, they grew too fast. Just like everything else. Funko Pops, didn't start releasing, I think, Funko Pops until like what? I think like 2010, 2007 or something like that. They started releasing Funko Pops back then, but they were already making bobbleheads before that, way back when. But they got popular and, like I didn't really start collecting Funko Pops till like 2016. And it was just a few, fam, that I seen that I liked. And, I started collecting too many and I got rid of a lot of them. I, flipped them because, again, like I say, you buy stuff that, speaks to you, that you can have a connection with. And see, Funko Pops allows that because a lot of them, they got franchises that we like. A lot of people like the Powerpuff Girls, the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, Gotcha Man, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, He-Man, Spider-Man, all of this stuff they have. And see, that was one of the biggest selling points with them. Fam, people are asking them to donate all of those because you got $30 million worth of Pops. Donate them to mom and pop comic book shops and collectible stores, that way they can make some money off of them, fam. Even, because they were like, even if you dump them in landfills, man, people will go and dig these damn things up later. It's just what it is. Remember the ETs back in the day where Atari dumped all of those horrible ass games that in a landfill, and each one of them, once they were dug up years later, sold for $100,000 a piece on eBay. That's crazy as hell. You see what I mean? I don't think any of that is sell for that much, but fam, what happened was you grow too quick, you produce too much, and you know what? They did the same thing that Beanie Babies were accused of, overinflating the demand of a particular item and only releasing so many of them, even though you had made so many and you didn't send them all out. You only put a little out. Then all of a sudden, you stuck with all the rest of this shit once the market has basically started waning. Because like I said, during the pandemic, people were in the house. They really didn't have nothing else to do. They were buying video games. They were buying comic books, action figures, gym shoes. Uh, they were buying some of everything, toy cars, Funko Pops. So think about it. Funko Pops hold the biggest part of the collecting market. And if they about to lay off 10% of their workforce and posted a $47 million loss, dude, what the hell does that say for our economy, the job market, and everything else? It says a lot. The juggernaut has actually fallen victim to the economy. Damn. You know, Funko Pops were considered recession proof, just like Hot Wheel cars. And we see that ain't the case. So they saying dumping $30 million worth of Funko Pops would allow them to basically recoup their losses in a way, then reduce the workforce by 10% and raise the prices of the Funko Pop, because you notice the prices have been raised at certain locations, at your Targets if you paid attention, and at your Walmarts if you paid attention. I know a lot of you all like, man, I didn't like Funko Pops anyway. They were just a big hunk of plastic that didn't do anything. You know what? I was happy that people had hobbies that didn't affect the hobbies that I had. I was happy that people had jobs, you know, that this particular hobby generated so many jobs for people who needed them. And now that, you know, the bubble has burst, you know, now, shit, this is looking bad. I was wondering why TargetCon 2023 wasn't really so spectacular, fam, because now we see why it wasn't spectacular. Now we see why we don't see too many Funko Pops at Walmart, GameStop, Target, Walgreens. We're starting to see why these are no longer there and why they are no longer as relevant as they were before. People are not filling them in the way they were before. People are not collecting them the way they were before. I was in Funko Pop groups this past weekend, and I noticed people are not even liking the comments anymore, liking the posts that people are putting up about certain Funko Pops they have, you know, found in the wild. And I'm like, man, even for the people who are finding those Eddie Funko Pops, then, you know, you look at this and you're like, damn, what is going on? Now you see what's going on. It's all falling apart right now. You know, our society as a whole, it looked like a whole bunch of shit has changed. And, you know, I've been hearing a lot of people talk to me about video games and what's going on there. They don't want to pay the prices on these Nintendo cartridges, the Sega stuff, or any of this other stuff that's going on right now. And fam, I got to tell all of you all something. The prices of video games have fallen. The prices of consoles have fallen. You know, people don't want to sell consoles anymore because there's nobody buying them anymore. Again, nobody's in the house no more. Stuff that you were able to get a premium on during the pandemic, it's not happening no more. People who sold an arm and a leg on Amazon, they're looking for other ways to make money. People who used to sell a lot of stuff on eBay and Amazon, now they're using YouTube as a main source of revenue now. They're using, you know, like Amazon and eBay as like part-time, you know, sources of income. Fam, if you see the writing on the wall, as far as reselling, fam, as a whole, you know, they're going to be reselling as long as you can just imagine as people got stuff to sell or, you know, flipping stuff. Look at it this way. You see how the market is going with the Funko Pops. It is going that way with a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies are stepping back. They're starting to notice that, you know, the money is not where it used to be anymore in a lot of these, far as action figures and things like that. The market is waning. People are stepping back from G.I. Joe. They're stepping back from Masters of the Universe, Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, DC Multiverse. A lot of people are stepping back from action figures because they're saving their money, because the economy doesn't allow for a lot of us to have disposable income right now at this particular moment. So a lot of people are just walking away and saying, hey, look, I'm going to come back later. If you notice, your Unc has walked away from a lot of this. You know, your uncle would have been posting shit from here to New Zealand, from Canada to New Zealand, from America to shit, Poland. You know, you know how I used to be. But right now, I got to pick and choose because if the prices ain't getting you, the items actually being unavailable in your area, or just the overall lackluster look of some of these toys that's on the shelf, you just be like, damn. I know yesterday I did something on Toy Biz coming back, fam, but I don't give a damn if you got 60 points of articulation. If the figure is top heavy, it looks dated, people ain't no fuck with it. I don't give a damn how much articulation you got. Your ass will not get past the overall appearance test. You know, paint schemes, character design, and all of that stuff, it plays a lot. But overall, you still got ball hips and stuff like that. You know, too many fingers bending, too many toes bent. Man, people ain't got time for all that shit. You know, it may look good in a bigger figure, but when you go down to 6 inches, man, or 7 inches, 8 inches, it gets kind of weird. You imagine these figures with too much articulation. That's just too much. I don't need ab articulation. I don't need for the figure to actually touch his knee, you know, the chest to touch his knee. Why? Because a lot of us don't have room to pose one figure that fantastic. Just imagine, you only got so much room. You want to display as much as you can. But when you doing all the rest of that shit, it's just too much. It's extra. And none of us have extra. And that's just what I'm preaching right now. I don't have that. And just to tie it all in, if Hot Wheels don't run up on their damn price, it lets you know shit ain't recession proof. Now you're looking at the Funko Pops again. You notice they went up on their price. The overall appearance of some of these pops are just horrible. The color schemes are not what they used to be. The vibrant colors that used to pop and every damn thing. I remember Funko Pops fetching almost damn near $3,000, $5,000. I remember a set of Willy Wonka selling for $100,000. Fam, now I'm looking at it like this. That shit just may be just paperweights after a while. You got to look at this. This is why I tell people do not jump all in on something. Talking about these are investments. You know, this is my kid's college fund. People said the same thing with the Thai Beanie Babies. Now look at it. You looking at this shit for what it is. The market, the bottom is about to fall out. You got to call a spade a spade. And you got to look at it for what it is. It's about to fall apart. You got to make sure. Last year was the best year to sell your Funko Pops. Last year was the best time to sell your Funko Pops. Right now, if you want to sell your Funko Pops, sell them now. Sell now. If you're trying to get rid of your Funko Pops, sell them now. Do not wait till later. Listen to your uncle on this one. Do not wait till later. Just like everybody said they'll ride the Beanie Baby wave out and, you know, everything is going to fluctuate and, you know, level out. And, you know, the Beanie Baby owner, shit, he was inflating the demand for his actual items. You know, he created 10,000 pieces. He only sent out 5,000. So you thought your item was rare as hell, and it wasn't rare. He had the other pieces. He was just overinflating, making things worth more than what they were. And after a while, you found out, and all of a sudden the bottom fell out. But before the bottoms fell out of it, he sold it. And see, this is the thing I'm looking at with them. They're just not thinking. The Funko Pop people are not thinking. They don't got the right people out there. You know, like I said, when you grow too fast, that's one of the issues you face. And you may say, Unc, you grew too fast. No, I didn't. Shit, there's a lot of bumps and bruises along the way that a lot of people don't see or, you know, turn the blind eye to. But when you look at all this stuff I've been telling you, fam, like I was telling people a couple of years ago, sell your video games. Sell your video games. Sell them now. Sell them now. I'm going to wait because they're going to continue to go up in value. They're going to continue to go up in value. That shit tanked. The bottom fell out. Now all of a sudden, all those high-priced ass video games ain't going for what they were before. Pandemic prices and pandemic rules, that shit is over. Those days are over and done. So everything that was overinflated during the pandemic, when people had a lot of disposable income, a lot of people were making more on unemployment than they had made previously working for years. And they were enjoying that money. They were doing so much with it. Some people were saving the money. Some people was just buying shit. They were buying sealed video games. They were buying graded games. And, I'm like, why the hell would you buy a graded game? I'm not one of those people, and I don't have no disrespect for anybody buying graded games. But my point is, I'm not on buy any video game graded or sealed unless I plan to open it. That's the thing I got out of sealed video games. People buy them because they want to open them. And I said, come to find out, that wasn't the case. People were buying them because of one thing. They just wanted to sit them on a shelf and say, hey, man, look, my collection is worth this much. I ain't even open them. Even though they're not open, a lot of this shit is not worth anything anymore. You notice you can get Nintendo games now for about $5 and $10 damn dollars. Some of them $2 and $3. Nintendo. The NES. Before during the pandemic, the prices had rose so high for that. Then the Super Nintendo, the games are not that expensive anymore. The prices have went down. And see, that's the point a lot of people are missing. People are still thinking we dealing with the pandemic prices and rules. That shit is done and over. This is why Funko Pop is reaping the repercussions of basically hiring too many people too quick. They facing that Peloton situation where during the pandemic, people couldn't go outside, couldn't do any damn thing. So people got the Peloton bike and they were working out on the bike. They could see people online. They like in a class, on a cycling class, and they see everybody, people talking. People didn't have shit to do. This was a winner. This was it for everybody. Everybody felt it. But guess what else happened? The world opened up. And guess what? People start going back to the gym. So what the hell do you need a Peloton bike for now? There's nobody using that shit too much no more. A lot of people I know who actually got the bike, they're coat racks. They're coat hangers. They hanging shit on it. It's not even what it is anymore. Think about it. During the pandemic, we used disinfectant wipes, Clorox bleach, disinfectant spray. We used all that shit, right? How many people using this shit right now? See my point? It ain't what it is anymore. Those companies that made billions of dollars during the pandemic are not making that money anymore. And now they're upset and talking about, we're going to limit how much stuff people could take off the shelf because they tried to do the same thing with the toilet paper again. You notice you could only get a limit of 2 a while back, and they stopped that shit because people were like, look, fuck it. I'm going to get 2 from you. I'm going to get 2 from over there. I'm going to get 2 from over here. Look, I ain't got time for that. They were doing the same shit with the bottled water. But see, this is the thing that we all see now. We call it for what it is. Now is the time to sell your Funko Pops. If you want to sell your Funko Pops and get top value, do it now before the bottom falls out. But till later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.